So the Atlanta Hawks got the #1 pick in the draft today, and kind of crazy. Like, they only had a 3% chance of getting it, and 3% is not that low. It's more than Derrick Rose had when they got Derrick Rose, or else more than the Bulls had when they got Derrick Rose. I'm struggling to think right now. I'm sorry. It's incredibly hot right now in Ireland. So yeah, basically the Hawks had a near a 97% chance of not getting the #1 pick, but they got it. And hilariously, as said in the previous video, Detroit Pistons not getting the #1 overall pick was the icing on the cake for me. But it's going to be interesting to see what the Hawks do with the pick, because it all really comes down to what the Hawks are trying to do. Like, are the Hawks trying to tank? Are they trying to rebuild? Are they going to blow it up? If anything, like, this might push them towards blowing it up. It's going to push them towards one or two ways. They're going to go either blow it up or try trade it. I wonder what you can get for #1 overall pick. I'm trying to think of teams that have assets, might be in rebuilding mode, and might give us something for the #1 overall pick. If the Bulls, salary-wise, they couldn't do that. I'm trying to think, it's like, because you're not going to get like a Mikal Bridges or something for this pick. You're not going to get, like, you might package, like, if you're going to go for it, maybe packaging this pick with DeJounte Murray for a Mikal Bridges type trade, getting a player like that. I don't know, again, the feasibility of that, but something along those lines, like, package a few things and getting yourself Brandon Ingram maybe. But, like, again, that's a lateral step. If you're going to package this and keep running with Trae Young, your best bet is second round in the Eastern Conference. Like, and that's if you make the playoffs. That's if you make it past first round. Because Orlando were still elite. Orlando was still going to be elite next year. Milwaukee are still going to be pretty good next year. Boston are still going to be good. Cleveland are probably still going to be good if Donovan Mitchell's there. New York are still going to be good. So it is a lateral step. And the problem is like, what are you going to get if you're tanking? If you're in tank mode and you want the highest upside, you're taking Alex Sarr #1. You are taking Alex Sarr #1. No questions asked. You don't question it. You just take this guy #1. Because Alex Sarr, like, I don't think he's anything special. Like, I'm going to say that. Like, I don't think Alex Sarr is Wemby. But if this was 10 years ago, Alex Sarr would be called a unicorn. Alex Sarr would be called a unicorn if this was 10 years ago. And we have to take that into account. That, like, that is the level of player we are looking at here. He is a 7-1 player who has potential to be unbelievable on defense. And he's also a pretty decent shooter. Like, it's not like he's lights out or anything. He didn't shoot a great percentage when he was in Australia, but he was a decent shooter. He was fine. He could spread the floor a little bit. His shot looked okay, so he's going to be all right. But, like, this is a guy who's come from an OTE, where he looked like he was going to be this offensive phenom, then goes to Australia, where he's mostly a defensive player. So, yeah, that's really where it comes from here with this guy. It's like, he is definitely the highest upside. He 100% has the highest upside in this draft. And you're looking at probably a long-term center for him. He's going to be really good. And he could definitely look very good playing with Trae Young. It's like, but at the same time, what do Atlanta want? What do they want? If they want to go for it, they probably should trade the pick. When it comes to the Washington Wizards, if Sarr is there for the Wizards take Sarr. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But then it's like, it's very iffy what else they do. Because obviously if the Hawks don't take Sarr, there's Reece Shea who... Look, Reece Shea's length, he's going to shoot the ball pretty well. He's going to be a nice option they had to have. But, like, they've got DeAndre Hunter. If you're Atlanta, you've got DeAndre Hunter. And is he quite in the mold of DeAndre Hunter? Maybe. Like, I haven't watched nearly as much as Reece Shea as I watched of, like, a Wemby last year, or even, like, a Coulibaly, just because of his proximity to Wemby. So I don't know too much about him, but, like, he is still a pretty good shooter. He looks to be like a decent defender. He's been listed at anywhere between 6'8 and 6'10. So he is like that prototypical guy that you want if you're an NBA GM. He's that he has the build, he has the physical profile of being a really good NBA player. It's just a case of, like, again, is the physical profile enough to take him #1? And I think he's a guy that probably goes 8 to 12 in another year's draft, and people are like, oh yeah, this could be like your upside pick. This guy could be really good. Like, he's better than Ousmane Dieng was, but, like, if that type of a player in this long wing, that if all goes well, he could be a hell of an NBA player. And that's kind of what you're looking at with Reece Shea. And then if you're looking at other guys like Cody Williams, who people were thinking number 1, he's not going number 1. If Reed Shepherd goes number 1 in this draft, we might as well just call it the worst draft of all time. Because I'm sorry, like, I know Anthony Bennett sucked, but Anthony Bennett was better in college in his first year than Reed Shepherd was. I'm just saying. Anthony Bennett was better than Reed Shepherd. Like, he was projected to be a better NBA player than Reed Shepherd probably is. Reed Shepherd's going to be fine. He'll be fine. He'll be fine. But, like, if he goes number 3 in this draft, if he goes number 1 in this draft, heck, if he goes top 5, it just sums up this draft. But I don't see anyone else going number 1. Like, Klingon's not going number 1. Buzelis, if they want to absolutely go into pure tank mode and bank on the upside of Buzelis, sure, I guess. Topic, no. Topic can't shoot the ball. I don't know really what they're going to do, but I would say if you're Atlanta, you're probably looking to trade that pick. You're probably looking to trade it. Like, they're a team that, yeah, you can definitely get something good. Like, you can get Alex Sarr, who has the potential to be a really good player. But it's like, he's not ready right now. And Atlanta got to go 2 ways. They're either going for it now, in the Trae Young, DeJounte experiment, with Trae Young. They're either going for it now or they're blowing it up. And they got to make a choice. And don't do what the Golden State Warriors did, which is try to, like, half go for it now and half prepare for the future. No, like, do what the NBA teams, do what you're meant to do. Go for it, tank, go for it, tank. Like, the way the NBA set up, it's that. There's no point having all these, like, new eras and everything. Either start your Alex Sarr era, or go and trade the pick. Either way, though, if they're not going to trade the pick, maybe just re-sachet, because I think he probably plugs and plays a bit better. Heck, if they're not going to trade the pick, you know, just go and take Reed Shepherd then. Why not? Why not? He'll at least give you something off the bench. But yeah, that is the video, lads. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.